Today's Sunday, it's the 12th of February 2023 and we're down in Palma, and we're starting our video here in front of a monument, and it's a monument where we've seen actually very recently because we went to visit the Joan Miro Museum in Marivent, and this is one of the things that they were showing. We'll just have a little look at it. So the plaque at the bottom here simply reads Monument and Joan Miro. Joan Miro is a Barcelona artist, but he's very much recognised here in Mallorca because this is where he ended his life. Oh, with Anita popping through a hole there. And this is one of his sculptures. He used various different materials, but this is a bronze and is here in Palma. Well, we're going to have a little walk around. We've been having a look so far at the Carnival and all of the different activities going on there. It's really, really busy around Palma, incredibly busy. But we're going to have a look now down towards Parc de Mar. And we can do that by walking through this lovely little park here. And it's a park, a garden with lots of water. And the other odd piece of interesting art. So just going to go down a few steps here. This one is referred to as Nancy by Alexander Calder. Actually, some of the work here looks a little bit sort of Miro, Picasso type work. I don't know. To me, it's a windmill, I guess. But in a cubist form. And as you can see in the background there, this is a park of water, and there's so many people out today that they have all the fountains are running. You've got the sound of running water. There's a sign in front saying it's not potable, so don't be tempted to drink it. You can see some of the characters from the Carnival joining us on our walk.
So Alexander Calder was an American sculptor, best known for his innovative mobiles that embrace chance in their aesthetic. Born 1898.
Oh, so very good that the Palma have managed to acquire this work and have it on display for everyone to admire. Nice gateway here that leads us into the next part of the park. Just up a few steps here. Always a favourite place for people to have their photographs taken. As you can see, the water fountain is beautiful, and I'm just going to come across to here because it's a nice little sort of avenue. There's not many leaves on the trees at the moment, but this has been really quite pleasant to sit here when the leaves are on the trees, be in the shade anyway. We've got lots of benches and people come, read a book, or even do some work on your laptop. I'm just going to go back to the fountains, because I do like the sound of running water. Fountains provide that perfect opportunity. Around the side, we've actually got away from the crowds as well. Walking through Via Roma, Plaza Mayor, and down the Promenade, it has been incredibly crowded, and we've now got to a part where it's a little bit quieter. Well, quieter in terms of number of people. Gracias. I'm going to take a video just from here. Gives you another little view. And just on this side, this is just pointing out we've got a little orange tree. Carry on down. These gardens are very, very well kept. And down we find some more little water features here. And we're actually just beside the King of Spain's, one of the King of Spain's summer palaces, where he would entertain people, officials. The summer residence is in Marivent, next to the school where I used to teach, Belvedere International College. And then back down through the gates towards Parc de Mar. Just as we get down here, we see that the tourist bus is there, so it's one of the places you can hop on and hop off. We've never done that here in Palma. Maybe it's something one day we should do, just to have a look to see what the tourists see. Here's the sling thrower. Another bronze. Well, in the leaflet it said the things were going on down in Parc de Mar, but they're still doing the work in this part. What they've done here is to remove all of the paving slabs which have broken up over the years and replace them with new. So the actual event looks to be in the distance. So this is where all the work's been going on. If you look down there, you can see that it's all looking much, much better. And it's just good that now we're getting close towards the season starting next month, and this work is more or less being completed. So we could take the walk along the wall there, but I think it might be a little bit more interesting if we go up towards the cathedral. So that's where we're heading. I've lost Anita already. I think she must have already started. So we have these steps here which will take us up to the area just in front of the cathedral, and that should be a great place to look down on Parc de Mar, to have a look to see what work has been done. It should be very good. Just have to climb up all of these steps, and when we get to this point you see that all the street sellers selling things that are maybe or maybe not be legal, I don't know. Some of them obviously are, some of them might be copies, so be very careful. But the reason I came up here really was just so we could look down on Parc de Mar and see what's being done, and also of course to have a look at the cathedral, which we can see from down here. I've lost Anita again. It's also a place where we get the street artists who will do a caricature. Let's say €10. Bargain. And then our wonderful cathedral. Just looking down because I've just noticed on the wall over there, definitely a Miro, isn't it, that? Or at least in the style of Miro. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but it is tiles. Anita doing her Anita doing her good deed for the day. So we could have walked down along the wall at the bottom, but I don't think it would have been as good as this. You can actually see out to sea. There's lots of boats out there. Too small for this camera, I'm afraid. Lots of blue skies with just a few clouds. And the weather forecast for the whole week is looking good. So as far as I can see into the future, temperatures are going to be rising. And it should be by the end of the week getting up to 18, 19 degrees, which is much more comfortable. Looks like they're doing some work on the wall here as well. Posing for a photo on a wall. This really is old Palma here. And the road that we can see is reclaimed on reclaimed land. The sea would have come all the way up to this wall, more or less. And some nice little city areas here which people use just to pass the time of day. Parc de Mar is used for lots of activities here in Palma, and today we've got the concerts and all sorts of things that are going on. So there's an entrance here. And a big stage by the looks of things. Shall we go down and enter through this? I guess we have to go back down here somewhere. Is this a sundial? Just need to have a look, see if it is. No, it's well, there are lots of sundials in Mallorca, but it's a hole. We'll go down to that level. And there's a big ramp here and a seating area when they have some other shows. Another place where you can have shows. So looking back down below the cathedral. This is actually quite steep. It's not too bad, but I think if you've got a wheelchair, it'd be a bit of a tug, or a bit of a push if you were going up. You can see a little stage area, good for some of the activities that they might have down here in Parc de Mar. This is referred to as the alternative pedestrian route. Now we go through the tunnel to find out what's actually going on down here. Big rock there. That is. And just looking up, that's where we were just a few moments ago, looking down.
Sounds very noisy.
Oh well, we'll see how noisy it really is. A few steps to go down. And here, you can actually see the poor condition of the paving here. It really is leg-breaking stuff. So this is what has been replaced on the far side and hasn't been replaced yet. I guess. So yes, we can hear the beat. Boom, 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 boom. really to have a look to see what's going on. We've just been counted in. I'm guessing there's a limited number of people that will fit in this area.
3,000.
3,000. So once it's full, no more people, so it's one in, one out. But we're early and things haven't really started yet, or things will be started. So it looks like you have to get tickets to get things from the bar. But this really does need repairing. The paving here is leg-breaking stuff. We've got the boom, boom, boom. Not my sort of music at all. But we came in on the bus, so we can get some tickets and I can have a beer, dear. Isn't that good?
Have a glass of wine.
And you can have a glass of wine. So there's the big on-season fest with a DJ. That's your thing. This is the tea.
Brit Awards last night.
This is the kiosk for drinks and whatever else. So water $2.50, refrescos, they're soft drinks, $2.50. Beers, cervezas, they are $3.50 sin alcohol, $3.50 with alcohol. And if you want a gin tonic, you've got to pay €5. And you pay €1 for a glass, but you can keep the glass if you like. It's non-returnable.
Sin alcohol there.
Zona sin alcohol. On top of that, we've got some of the food stalls that we've seen in many of the different functions that we've been to. So this is Anita's cakes, but got no relationship to our Anita. But the cakes do look absolutely delicious. A video? Yeah, very good. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And here we've got some different things. Bocados. So different sort of sandwiches that you can have. Chicken. Hola, buenas. And over here we've got some pulled pork. Pulled pork, €8, $8.50. Smells good. Hola, buenas. And the next one is the King's Pollo chicken. And you can have a chicken sandwich or wrap. You can have some chicken salad, hamburgers, chicken hamburgers. All very good. Traditional hot dogs. Oh, and it's smelling good. And over here, lomito de ternera, that's beef. It says ternera. Patatas fritas, chips for €3. So these are the food trucks. Oh, I wasn't feeling hungry till I came down to this part, but we need to find out about where we can have a drink. So while the idea of having a drink and having something to eat here, the noise, the music is definitely not our sort of music, and it's very loud, and so we're going to actually find somewhere a bit quieter. Well, we've escaped the noise of Parc de Mar, so it was interesting to go, and if it wasn't so noisy it would have been quite nice to have had something to eat and drink down there, but the beat was definitely not our scene, or certainly not mine. Anita, music teacher, she might appreciate it a bit more than me.
Well, we're talking about it a little.
I don't think so. So the Carnival's up to our right there, the events, but we're going on walkabout. So we came in on the bus, so we don't need to worry about cars and where the cars are. And so we can just have a little wander, really. It's lunchtime, and as you can see, places with terraces outside and they're in the sun are packed. So this is Enco, right on the front here in Palma. And there's another table free. Some people are having a drink, some people are already eating. We're going to make our way along here, passing one or two different places as we go, I'm sure. And there is just along parallel to where we are is Puntadores, which is where there's lots of other bars, cafes, restaurants. Here's La Caña. La Caña is the beer. And this is again another one which is packed. And any empty tables have got a reserved plaque on them.
Por aquí, ¿eh?
Actually just quite a nice place to walk along. You can see just set back there are more cafes, bars and restaurants in this area which is referred to as La Lonja. And this is another area which is reclaimed, or much of the road where the road is over on the left here is reclaimed land. When they built the Paseo Marítimo, much of that is reclaimed from the sea. Following the earthquake in Turkey, there's been concern that we might have a tsunami here in Mallorca, and really Turkey's a little bit of a long way away, and there's other pieces of land that would be affected way before us, but it's not unknown for us to have tsunami. About nearly 20 years ago we had one due to an earthquake in North Africa, and that sent a tidal wave tsunami through the Mediterranean and to Mallorca, and we were hit by it. I mean, I don't think anyone was hurt, but a lot of boats were destroyed, particularly I think in Mahon it was, but certainly here in Palma, where and they've reported, I think, waves of up to 2 meters, which here is quite huge. But when it gets to places like Palma, where you've got boats moored close by the seafront, then some of those boats just got lifted up and then dumped onto the seafront, and that caused the consequential damage. But very rare and nowhere near as catastrophic as the tsunami that we've seen elsewhere in the world. As for earthquakes, well, we're not really in a tectonic zone for earthquakes, so we're not really affected. The nearest tectonic place where there's likely to be earthquakes is more than 300 kilometers away, and so if there was one there, we may feel it, but it wouldn't be anything of great significance. Having said that, we do have our own little earthquakes from time to time. Nothing very big. So the one in Turkey was 7 point something, 6, 7.8, can't remember, but really nasty earthquake. Here in Mallorca, we might get earthquakes of 2.5 to possibly 3.5, which might make your house rattle a little bit, but not do very much else. So they're just due to local ground movements. We are an island of caves, and I guess from time to time those caves collapse, or there are little earth movements down below, and that causes a consequential little earthquake here, but they're always very tiny. And certainly in the 37 years we've lived here, I've heard of them, but I've never actually felt one at all. So away from the madding crowds of the Via Roma, the Plaza Mayor and the Borne, we still have quite a few people just out having a promenade, having a little walk along in the sunshine. We've got the shade here of the palm trees. Once we get to a little bit further than this, things change a little bit, and the road is being dug up, so it does get a little bit messy further on. It is a Sunday. Paseo is very busy, lots of people out, probably going for lunch somewhere now. And lots of people still having the walk like us. The wall we're coming up to now is the wall that's by Es Baluard. Es Baluard is another museum, art gallery, and on some occasion it's another one I want to visit. And in the distance you actually see Belvedere Castle. It's quite a way away. Oh, Anita's getting warm. She's just unzipped a coat and taken the gloves off. I am roasting. I didn't put a jumper on today.
Glad you didn't.
Very warm.
And the wind blows it's cold.
It says, oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's good for walking. We're just coming up to Bridge, which is the main river that flows through Palma, and it normally doesn't have very much water in it at all. Interesting to see what it's like today. Well, even with all the rain that we've had over the past few days, few weeks, there's still very little water in here. It's just a trickle really coming down, going into the sea. But in the past I have read stories of lots of water coming through Palma, so much so that Palma's become flooded and people have actually lost their lives. But that's hundreds of years ago. Nothing like that since. We have got this river built to take all of that water away, and that's why it's so big, because potentially we could have a lot of snow in the mountains and a lot of rain all happening at the same time, melting and raining, and then the water would be coming down. Again, never happened in our time. And we're down now at Safashina, one that is favoured by the skateboarders, or traditionally was. I must say that in the many times that we've been here, I've never really noticed any skateboarders. And now it will start to get quite a lot quieter, because we're sort of leaving the old centre of Palma behind us now, and walking towards Santa Catalina, which is an area I don't think we've ever done a video in, so somewhere we do need to go to. That's the green man, says we can walk across. And the bar on the corner here, very well known bar, is called Bar Cuba. So we did end up stopping off at the Bar Cuba, and we've got some beautifully presented food here. We've got two types of croquetas. I don't know which is which, but one's chicken, the other's jamon. We've got some pimientos de padrón over there, and some ensaladilla with bonito, which is a fish. And I don't know what that fish is, but Anita might tell me later on. But it all is beautifully presented. So there's the bill for the Bar Cuba, or Hostal Cuba. Total is 54, but we've had quite a lot to drink. Well, it is Sunday, isn't it? So we've got to be excused a drink or two. We just finished off with some coffees, but we had 2 lots of croquetas. We had some ensaladilla with some fish, and we had, the pimientos de padrón. All really good. I had a big beer, that's the €5, and a small beer, that's the €3. Anita had the wine, that's the €4, and she had a bottle of water as well. And we've had a couple of coffees as well, cafe con leche, so total 54.40. Or a really nice setting, a really nice bar, very good waiters, not bad at all.
Very nice.
Well, I must say I'm very impressed by the Bar Cuba, which is actually Hostal Cuba. I think I'd known it as Bar Cuba for a long time, but it's actually Hostal Cuba, so you can actually come and stay there as well if you like. But very nice place to go to, very nice inside.
Really nice.
Food was excellent, beautifully presented, and
Very tasty.
what's more important, it really did taste good as well.
And not overpriced.
No, I think a fair price for what we had. Really good. It's Sunday, it's lunchtime, and well, we can go home satisfied. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video, wherever that may be. Bye for now.
Bye.